Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Memes. Good morning, Aiden. Wow, we're getting a slow start this morning. Just a little. YouTube lies. Hey, Willard, Nigel, Adik. Which video stream is farther ahead? Hey, Neil. How you guys like my Sonic hat that I picked up at Target for clearance on $7 on clearance? I brought this thing home. I brought this thing home and I had it on my head, and my wife looks at me and says, "No." And then it tells me I look like a wannabe gangster. And so, of course, naturally, I had to wear it. Thank you, Willard. Hey, Ali. What's up, Camel? Yo, Quad. Need to ditch the hat, dude. There we go. The hat hatred has started. You're just like my wife, Camel. You're just like my wife. Hey, Charco. Clearly, she just doesn't get it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, today what we're going to be working on is I had planned on working on the editing the platform categories on Monday after the stream, but I ended up getting my GPD win shortly after the stream, and of course I had to switch gears and focus on that thing. And as you guys all saw, I put out that video yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. Basically running LaunchBox and Big Box on a handheld. It's really amazing. After the stream, of course. Don't quit the stream just to watch the video. But so I still have the editing platform categories to do here. So that's what we'll be working on here. Basically, we just need to be able to manage the platform categories and delete them and stuff like that. So not too bad. Thank you, Graham. Hey, Slash Guns. All right. Background updates. Yep, I hear you there. I know what you mean. But unfortunately, that's not what we're going to be working on today. Um, so anybody, I think we got enough people on here now. Anybody got any prayer requests before we pray and get started? Thank you, Solak. Isolac. There it is. PC player finally made it on time. Welcome, man. Well, thank you, Ryan. I'm not sure that's what makes anybody a good developer, but I don't. I get things done. That's what I like to pride myself on as a developer is getting things done. And I generally use most best practices, but one thing I've learned over the years is there are developers that focus too much on getting things done, and there are developers that focus too much on best practices and never get anything done. So I try and be in the middle. Hey Neil, evening. Pray for Georgia. Big storm hit there this morning at 8 a.m. I didn't know that. Okay. Wow. I appreciate that, Ryan. I am getting some drop frames. How's the stream for you guys? Is it solid? Not sure why we're seeing dropped frames here. That sucks. That's not good. Backyard is currently a lake. Yuck. Are you in Georgia, PC? You must be. Hey, Vissy. Self-inquiries with swears. Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's streaming fine for one person, it's streaming fine for everybody. I'm not sure why. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Maybe there's always drop frames and just not that much. I don't know. Drop frames aren't a problem, assuming, especially with development, assuming that it keeps up halfway decent. Right outside of Atlanta. Sure. So you're talking like flooding? Could use some rain here in Germany. Sure, we'll pray for rain, Isolac. Big one Monday too in Alabama. That would make sense. Same storms. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and pray. Lord, thank you for another awesome opportunity to develop and enjoy the community here and enjoy each other. And I pray that you would keep me focused, help me get some stuff done today, especially since I had a major distraction this week with the GPD win. I pray that you would help us be able to wrap up the 7.9 release around the end of the week so that we can put it out early next week, despite the added time crunch. And Lord, we want to pray for everybody in Georgia because they're going through some major storms, and we want to make sure that everybody stays safe and try and keep property damage minimal, Lord. Help them to recover from anything that happens and just get through this without too much major damage and loss. And then also Germany, Lord, give them some rain. We all need rain, obviously. So, and California's been going through a drought too. So, not anymore. So I kind of know what it's like to not have any rain, Lord. So give them some rain and keep the whole world healthy. In Jesus' name, amen. Back had to put on some coffee. Yeah, dude. It's all about the coffee. Hey, Poiser. Day just started for me, man. The day just started. But it is a good day. No problem, Beagles. Hey, Stifilus. Welcome, man. Kano is your new name. I gotta remember that one. Camel found a pretty decent bug in Big Box concerning audio playback. When background music is playing, the soundtracks will not play. Well, yeah, of course. Oh, they will not start playing? Okay, well, hit me up on the forums with that, Camel, and describe that to me if you would. Like, in more detail. Of course, they're not going to play at the same time. So it depends on where you're trying to play it, whether it's going to play or not. I'm not quite sure what you mean. But I'll take a look at that. On-screen controls, on-screen clock, RSS feed, and subcategories for console add-ons. Good ideas. On-screen controls, yeah, that's planned. On-screen clock, not a bad thought. That's probably actually already possible with a custom theme, I would think, but we should add something like that probably. RSS feed. RSS feed for what? And subcategories for console add-ons. Sure. Sure. I think most of those, well, on-screen controls is planned. On-screen clock is new. It wasn't planned. We'll need to do, if you can put it in Bitbucket tickets for these, I'd appreciate it, PC player. Honestly, on-screen clock I doubt is going to be a priority unless people really are, unless a lot more people are interested in that than what I would expect. RSS feed is going to be the same thing. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon because I don't think very many people are going to be interested in that and want it. To be honest, I'm just being honest with you. And then subcategories for console add-ons, I can see that being a major request, but it is going to be a pain in the butt because we're going to need multiple nested levels for the platform categories and stuff. So I don't know that that's going to happen soon, although I can see that being a common request. So that's where I'm coming from with that stuff. Still not rich. Yeah, of course. Hey, Sid. New arcade video from Sid? Ooh, I gotta check that out. Thank you, Camel. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Anything you can give me as far as details. What is this new arcade video from Sid? Is it on the forums? Yeah, and it should do that if you actively go and press the key to play it. But if there's background music playing and you select a game, the background music is going to override everything and it's not going to automatically play it, if that makes sense. Ryan, have you heard of the Dragonbox Pirate? I did in the comments. I saw that. But of course, the thing is, like, it runs Linux, and as cool as Linux is, Linux doesn't run LaunchBox and Big Box, so that's not something I'm going to get excited about. But because I'm all about the Windows thing. But I love Linux, but that's the thing. Development on Linux is not near as nice as development on Windows. Which is why I'm a Windows fanboy despite all the issues. Nice. Good to hear, Beagles. That's awesome. There we go. Now you're stiffless. Thank you, Manhood. Appreciate it. RSS feed could be for news about LaunchBox and stuff in the emulation scene. Not a bad idea. Or customizable for whatever people want. You know, that's actually fairly genius, and that would be really good for us. Of course, we'd have to make it optional, or we'd have an uprising. Um, but yeah, I get you there. Not a bad idea at all. I have to admit though, like the first time, every time I load up Kodi, Kodi does that, of course, and I never liked it. I always turned it off. That's why we haven't done it, I guess. But yeah, I always found it to be annoying. That's not to say we won't do it. We just probably won't do it by default, maybe. I was gonna say, I'm so confused about Sid's arcade video. Yeah, I know selecting a platform category is kind of slow, and that's still on my plate. I keep putting that off, but yeah, I'm gonna tackle that here soon, Camel. But we do have a vote for the clock. Cool. Since the platform categories have been added, I can see all hidden games, even though I have hidden them. Really? Okay. Have you? Let me know what view you're using, because that matters. And yeah, if you can, Deli, I'd really appreciate it if you can go through the various views and check to see if they're all the same or if it's one particular view that's having the problem. I would appreciate that because then I can, that makes it a lot more obvious what the issue is there. Is oddly, I haven't seen that myself. It seems to be working fine for me. So we need to narrow that down somehow. Like Vegas, we don't want to know how long we've been playing. Hey Neil, Neil 9000. Ah, PC, I get you. You just have confused me a little as well. Background music. What folder we drop the files in for Big Box? I gotta remember that myself, man. It's been a while. Let me see. Yeah, it's just LaunchBox /music/background. Any plans to add a few more categories for maps, trainers, and guides under the game selection screen? Maps, trainers, and guides under the game selection screen. The way I typically answer that one is that you can use additional apps for whatever you want, and they'll show up right there. So it seems silly to me to add specific items for it when you can just do it via additional apps. The confusing thing there might be that they're not apps, but you can add documents just fine using additional apps. So that's the solution there. The absence of Visual Studio is killer for Linux. However, I feel it is a superior OS. I would argue against the fact that it's the superior OS. The superior thing is clearly that it's open source. That's definitely a huge win. But yeah, I get you. I know what you mean. Sweet. Giant Titans platform category, images and color. Oh yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Sweet. Nice. That's cool too. I think these are going to become the defaults here. We'll have to play with these. I'm not sure if Giant Titan is on the stream, but We might have had some other people working on logos as well. I'm not sure. But man, I'm loving these. Let me get them downloaded. I've already got the black and white ones on my desktop here. Now I got to figure out which ones are black and white and which ones aren't. Oh, that's easy. Sorry guys, I'm excited about this. I gotta do this quick and get it in big box so I can check it out. So we're gonna grab these. I'm gonna go ahead and move them and put them in my LaunchBox. Images, platforms, categories. Oh, come on. Yes, replace. All right, let's check this out. All right. I gotta refresh my image cache. Refresh platform wheel images. There we go. Ah, yeah. I love it. That's awesome. It's really great. Oh, I gotta say, James is working on a consoles. I think I mentioned this maybe, but James Baker is working on a consoles platform category video based on commercials, and I'm loving it. So that's coming here soon. It should be out before Friday, I would imagine. So we'll have that ready for the weekend here. But yeah, I'm loving this. I'm probably, assuming I can get permission, I'm sure I can, from Giant Titan, we'll probably use these as the defaults. My only beef, if I have a beef, my only beef would be that they're different from, like, the other ones that we use. But I think that's alright, honestly. I mean, we can't, they're not logos, so they're not going to be the same anyways. And it's nice to have the visual distinction. So I'm thinking we should run with these. Honestly, they're just gorgeous. They're obviously extremely professionally made. They're ours, thanks to Giant Titan. You know, they're original. I love it. Yeah, beautiful. First thing I turned off in the options in Kodi is the RSS feed. Yeah, I hear you there. My RSS in Kodi is LaunchBox activity feed. Haha, that's awesome, Neil. That's hilarious. Graham, when is the next poll? After the 7.9 release. So, like, that'll be out. The 7.9 release will be out next week, and then we'll do the poll shortly after that. Never have to leave to get my updated news. Put RSS on the new poll and it might get more votes than you think. Sure. Let me open up that document here. Where is that? I don't know that I should show my documents folder. I mean, I don't know that there's anything in there really. But there's business stuff in there, financial stuff, so, you know, might not be a good idea. Okay, another idea was RSS, a clock. I'm not sure if all of these are going to make it into the poll because we're getting so many of them already. It's like we might have to wait for another poll before we put some of them in there. Another thing, there's been some more ideas that came in. I don't know. Overlapping sound when I switch between playlists and platforms. Yes, that is on my list. Or at least I need to make sure that's on my list. Yeah, I know that's on my list. I am aware of that, Charco, so I'll get that fixed. There are font options, PC player, there, and I think, I mean, if you don't install or uninstall that red font, or that cursive font, then it's gonna use the default font. So you don't have to use that font with the City Hunter theme. Having a Neil and a Neil K in the same chat room must be fun. Yeah. I just call y'all Neil, you know. With proxy. Well, that's cool, Camel. I don't know how you're doing that. I don't know what that means with proxy and stuff. How do you remove platform videos? Just go delete them. They're under LaunchBox videos platforms. No problem, Stiflus. Yeah, I was torn on that, Camel. Really, I mean, they should be separate. You should be able to set a separate emulator for everything, but we don't have a way to bulk edit them either. So that is an issue, yes. Slipping in all the puns about the handheld. Hey, Freddie. Yeah, it should work, Graham. Through the Steam Link, absolutely. You might have a few minor issues with emulators, but yes, there are people that use it very well on the Steam Link. And we actually, a long time ago, we actually put in some work to make it work. So, with the controller. Hey, Wade. A background is actually a dual monitor background, which is why I use it because it's nice because it's a complete image and I can't really show off the second screen, but I don't know. I honestly I don't know where it's from. I don't know what it is. I don't remember. I just think it's pretty. It was one of those background sites. I just looked for like dual screen wallpaper and found it. I did notice the pinball one. Thank you, PC Player. So yeah, when we include, I don't have pinball in my collection. That's why I didn't bother grabbing it. But when we when I include the default images, I'll definitely add that one. So that one will be included with LaunchBox as well. Zap. I don't know what X360 CE type solution is. Turn your hat around. Yeah. No, no, Camel. No, they don't do that anymore, Camel. I guess some kids do. Joy to key, sure. Make an Android version soon. Like I said, it was on the last poll, X database, but it didn't get as many votes as I was hoping. It'll make it on the next poll. And however, I have to say that now that it's been proven that handhelds can run Windows 10 well, and the GPD Win is out, which is really the best solution and all that stuff. It gets me a little bit less excited about Android because I don't think Android is any longer going to be the best handheld emulation platform. I'm gonna stick with Windows, and I'm thinking, with the GPD Win, one of the reasons why I was so excited about the GPD Win is because it just proves that it's not only doable and not only feasible, but extremely doable and works really, really well. And I'm convinced that a Windows-based handheld is working better than anything else for handheld emulation. So just because there's better emulator support, So for that reason, I'm gonna say, I do still want to do Android, but it's a major, major sacrifice to do it. We got to hire somebody, so we got to prove we're going to be able to make money off of it, for one thing. So I'm a little torn on Android now after that, to be honest with you guys. I put it on the last poll. It didn't get as many votes as I was expecting it to, so we just basically ignored it. And if I put it on the poll again, I don't expect it's going to get many votes. But if it does, then, maybe we'll reconsider. My neighbor Totoro. I don't know what that is. Yeah, changing the font in the XML is super easy as well. Although you don't even need to do that. You can just uninstall the font from your system, and then it'll use the default, like Arial or whatever. Sync saved games states with the desktop. That would be nice. Of course, if you put LaunchBox and Dropbox or something, it'll already do that. But yeah, I hear you. Use Big Box through the Steam Link, and it works quite well. Only issue I have is launching from a triple monitor setup to a single screen. The intro menus are smaller. Interesting. I do need some pinball games. I'm with you there, Jay. And it's one thing I'd love to have. I just honestly I haven't gotten into it yet. And LaunchBox needs better support for pinball as well, so that is coming. We'll get that. As a matter of fact, I should put pinball on here for sure. I think he does. Neil 9000, yeah. There is another font included. Can you make Joy to Key only run during certain games? Yes, you can with additional apps. I agree, Wade. That arcade category video is absolutely awesome. Indeed. Platform categories. They're already there in the latest betas, John. Hey, Wolf. Jason has porn. I have porn? This update that adds platform categories would be the perfect time to add console add-on subcategories. Update that adds platform categories would be the perfect time to add console add-on subcategories. As much as I agree with... No, I don't agree with you there, PC Player. Unfortunately, the perfect time, sure. But, I mean, it would set us back another week at least. So, no, that's not going to happen. Financial porn. Oh, man. Star rating in Big Box is already there in my list of things to add. Need to grab the URL for the LaunchBox RSS so I can do the same. All I really need to download the slated version of coding that's available, so I don't really need details on that. Yeah. Mario and Yoshi. Goodness. Be careful with the betas. If you use the betas, make sure you have backups. That's all I'm gonna say there. I love it when people use the betas and give us help us out, but realize that you're gonna run into bugs. You see the hidden games in all views except the text list and horizontal. Oh, come on. I lost my place. What the heck? No. What happened here? Okay, I found it, I think. Except the text list and horizontal box views. That's weird. Because I know I'm not experiencing that the same way. So I'm so confused there. But I'll look into that. Sorry, I'm just keeping some notes for myself here. Add to the poll option to turn off banners. That is yeah, I get you there. The only thing is that's not really a big enough feature for me to put on the poll. Rent looping on the startup video is something that should be in anyway. That'd be great. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I expect that the video thing will be highly voted. That would be my guess. Are you able to put your own categories? Absolutely, yes. Launch from top level and big box. I know that. I don't know. I keep hearing about that, and it surprises me that people are so interested in that one. I just don't know. I don't know about putting that on poll, but I'll put it in here. Age restrictions, profiles. If you take a look at the last poll, that was actually on there. And unfortunately, it didn't get many votes, so it'll be moved on to the next one. List of playlists. Sort of, not really. We will probably refactor that one and add it in. You can do your own custom filters right now, but you can't save them, and you can't. So that's not really there. It's close though. It's very close. It would be pretty easy to do at this point. With proxy, something. It's proxy. That's what it's called. Okay, I get it. Awesome, Neil. Will there be a giveaway in the near future? Yes, but probably not for a couple months. Yeah, I just didn't remember the name of it, Camel. Dream Boy, can you add a check for new games in a platform folder once Big Box starts? You can already do that, scan for new ROMs, but it doesn't do that automatically on startup because it does take a little while. But I know, there's that could be streamlined. So yeah, I hear you there. Although I don't think honestly I don't think that's a huge priority. So, but once Big Box starts, yeah, I can see that. I can see that being smart. That way you don't have to load up LaunchBox. Scan for new games with startup, sure. Like I said, I'm not sure all these things are going to actually make it on the poll, guys. Because I don't want the poll to be 10,000 miles long. Turn off device images in the poll. Again, that's just not a big enough feature, unfortunately, to put on the poll. Yeah, you got to have the same resolution screens to have a two screen wallpaper, dual screen wallpaper, whatever. Thank you, Heinz. I appreciate that. Should add consolidating ROMs v2 to your poll ideas, using alternative names for automatic consolidating, allowing a batch of additional edit of additional apps. Starting, yeah, not a bad idea. The problem with adding something like that is it's complicated and people aren't going to understand it. So something like that is something I'm just going to have to do on my own. Nobody's going to vote on that because they're not going to get it. You know, that's the biggest problem. The stuff for power users like that isn't going to get the mass appeal, and it's too complicated to explain, and that's why I'm hesitant to put that kind of stuff on the poll. Hey Polo, will the category big box have its own XML? Yes, it will. It'll be in the platform's XML, but yes, it will. Cool, Polo. Using X360 CE to seamlessly support direct input controllers on games that only support X input. It's a drop-in DLL. I was hoping for something like that for keyboard-only games. I see. That makes sense. So basically, you want to be able to, yeah. So like XPatter or any of that kind of stuff would work for you. And yeah, I would like to do something like that built into LaunchBox eventually, but I wouldn't say it's got the highest priority right now. Retro achievements. Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah. I'm not sure if we have that on the list here, but man, I'd love to see that. I really would. Cool, Graham. PC PSX3. Sure. I'm not sure how good PS3 emulation is, or what is PSX3. I don't even know. Is that an emulator? Pixel City Hunter background that's used for Big Box. It's called Flashback 2012, and the download is available on the City Hunter theme. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe, and I'm feeling like now that you can use LaunchBox and Big Box on a handheld and it works really well, I don't feel like Android is near as worth tackling. So I'm not even sure we're gonna keep Android on the next poll, to be honest. Different feature set, yeah, absolutely. That's awesome, Graham. NetPlay is another one, yeah. I agree that that would be awesome. I haven't added that yet to this list, but that's definitely one I planned on adding. Well, more people working on the more money wouldn't mean more people working on the Windows version because that money would have to go to an Android developer, PC player. So, and you know, we're not going to do the Android thing if it's not going to pay for itself. Um, I really doubt that Android would more than pay for itself and allow us to work more on the Windows version. I doubt that tremendously. Honestly, I think we would be doing it at a loss a little bit, but the overlap would be good for us. I don't know. I'm not sure. Cool, Wade. on the anime movie. Gato Soft, what's up? Yeah, imports take a long time, especially if you're downloading media. My suggestion is to import everything and don't download any media. You want to search for metadata, and that's all local. And then, but don't download any images or videos. So import everything first. Somebody's calling me here. Import everything first without downloading any images or videos. And then you can go back through and do that later. If that makes sense. Can you model the pinball features for LaunchBox after Hyperpin? Basically the go-to for dedicated pinball machines. I can take a look at Hyperpin. I haven't yeah, I know the other big one is the GameX guys one. Change screen resolution for specific platforms. There would be ways to do it, but why? Two rows of games showing. What do you mean by 2 rows of games showing, John? Star ratings that could also work with a database would be cool. Yeah, agreed. And yeah, you know what? Lots of good ideas today, guys. Yeah, I know I'm behind on the chat, guys, but honestly, I think it's worth going through it all. So forgive me, just hang in there. We'll get there. Yeah, you can definitely LaunchBox directly into big box mode. There's two EXEs, and there should be 2 icons in your start menu or whatever. One is for LaunchBox and one is for big box. Spanish. Spanish is already there, Bat. Are you guys getting frustrated that I'm answering everybody instead of developing here? Yeah, I like having everybody here though. Honestly, I would rather. Oh, come on, what is going on? Who is in Ohio that's calling me now? I would rather us do no development and have a conversation the entire time if we keep coming up with good ideas like this. Honestly, it's definitely a good. And I keep losing my spot because this restream.io comment thing sucks. Stupid thing. Yeah, now I'm getting so behind that I'm losing the comments. So sorry. I'm not complaining about that though. VirtualBox, that's cool. Hey, hit us up on the forums with that, Polo. Add the RSS suggestion to Bitbucket. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm not sure if it's going to make it in the poll or not, so that would be definitely a good thing to get the Bitbucket ticket created. No, I definitely check Bitbucket. I don't do it constantly, but that hasn't changed. Bitbucket is still important. I use the top voted features especially. Background music for each playlist. Not a bad idea. Let's create a ticket for that. Although that's probably not going to be a priority, to be honest. Unless we can get lots of votes on it. I'm gonna be a little bit quicker here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna skip over anything that I don't have an immediate thought about or answer to, just to catch up a little bit because we are we are drowning a little bit here. My apologies for that, but let's keep going. I don't want you guys to stop commenting because I am reading everything, but I'm not gonna necessarily talk about every single thing. Retro achievements are crap. Why? I would love to have retro achievements. That's awesome. Oh, it only works in special. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it can. It's only gonna get better if we start implementing it, though. I just would love to have it. You need some recognition so people get on top of it. Thomas, Thomas, you are here. Thank you for those logos, dude. I love them. They're beautiful. They're absolutely amazing. And I'm willing. I bet I'm planning on using them as the defaults. I don't think. I'm not sure if you were here earlier. I said the only gripe I have with them is that they're different than everything else, but I kind of like that. So I think we'll probably end up using those as the defaults as long as we can get your permission on that. In other words, they'll be included with LaunchBox. So as long as you're up for that, yeah, I really appreciate those, man. They look great. I love the new colored versions. Server tournament events. I would love to do that. Yep. Launch directly from wheel without any secondary screens. I'm not following that one really. You're calling me. Theme selector inside big box. You mean a theme downloader, I assume. Yeah, that is something that is on my long-term list. Yeah, and the Games DB, I know that we need to improve things there as well. Absolutely. Heinz, yeah, I would love to have you on themes, man. There are some people on the forums that are more than willing to help out with themes. Gorilla and Critical Sid are two guys on the forums that are excellent with themes that are usually willing to help out. So anybody who is a graphic designer, heck, and doesn't feel comfortable with the XML or anything, the least you can do it would be to design, build up a picture of a design, put it on the forums, and hopefully somebody will be willing to tackle it for you. Honestly, or even better, if you can try and get into the XAML and ask questions, and we can answer them and get going. I would love that. That would be amazing. We've had some amazing theme development, but just in the past like 2 weeks, it's kind of slowed down. So man, I would love to get some more themes going. Absolutely. Okay, let's stop bashing on RetroArch. That would probably be a good thing. Probably be a good thing. I'm not, you guys know that I use RetroArch a lot. It's not my absolute favorite thing in the world, but I do support them on Patreon. And I do appreciate what they're doing. I know they have issues in the community and stuff, but let's not hate on them. Let's not bash on them. John, I think you're probably talking about a grid view in Big Box. Um, Not a grid view, but like a wall of games like the LaunchBox view. Um, and if I remember correctly, that is a feature that I wanted to put on the poll. Is that Big Box wall view? There it is. Friend lists. Yeah, that would be cool. I would love to do that. I wanted to do that way back in the day with the games database, and I that got shot down because people are concerned with privacy and stuff. But we'll get there eventually for sure. Does LaunchBox Big Box offer the ability to install add-ons outside of XAML and themes? Unfortunately, not yet. Although that's definitely something we need to do. Um, I I keep meaning to do that, and it keeps getting put off. Heinz, hit us up on the forums. That's how you get involved. Call out Critical Sid and Grilla, um, because those are the two guys that are usually willing to help and are awesome at what they do. Critical Sid built the Critical Zone theme, which is the same theme that's used behind City Hunter, and of course Grilla has built tons and tons of awesome themes, including Comics Zone or Comics Box. Um, Comic Zone. Where did that come from? But good stuff. And I lost my place again. Stupid. All right. Net play. Yeah, that's on the list. Yeah, that is the beauty of RetroArch, is that it covers a whole bunch of platforms all at once, and you set it up once. Um, and it's the only thing that does that well. Although, yeah, they are improving things. I will say that when I pulled out my GPD Win, I grabbed the new latest version of RetroArch, which is always a crapshoot for me, um, because different things break and stuff. I pulled up the latest version. I ran it, and everything just worked this time. So that's nice. Unfortunately, not every release is like that. Sometimes you load it up and different things are broken and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I was at least pleased to see the latest version of RetroArch is working well. At least it was for me. He almost spit his head buddy the keyboard. Yes, he is. That's awesome. Comic Zone is a game. It is, and I recently played that game on the Genesis. That's why. Thank you, Freddie. I would love to have a LaunchBox store. Actually, yes. And one of the main things there is I want to be like 100% legitimate. Honestly, if I like I've said forever, I would love to. Well, we are legitimate. We don't do anything illegal. Don't get me wrong, right? But legitimately, a lot of our users download games they shouldn't be having. Of course, legally. The thing is, it's all a joke because if you can't give the developer or the publisher money, then as far as I'm concerned, it's fair game. It's just stupid that it's illegal at that point, especially if it's not being offered for sale. Or if it's not being offered for sale, it's ridiculous. So what I would love to do, the problem is this isn't really legally possible in the law. But man, I would love to provide something to LaunchBox users where, pay Sega $100. All right, pay Sega $100 and the entire Genesis library is yours legally. Wouldn't that be nice, guys? Wouldn't that be nice? But no, it's just not legally possible. But yes, I would I would love to have a LaunchBox store where indie developers or other developers could do this stuff. And I think that might be feasible eventually. I'm not sure how much of the community would like something like that though. Um, but man, what I would love more than anything is to be able to somehow make this industry completely legitimate. And what I mean by that is allow you to play all these old games legally in a way that makes them accessible, not overpriced. It's ridiculous to charge $5 a game for a game that is 30 years old, right? It's just stupid. But to provide the entire Genesis library or something like that to, to everybody for 50, $100, heck yeah, that'd be awesome. Unfortunately, the law gets in the way of that, and so many different companies own all these games that it almost becomes impossible. Homebrew store, sure. Jason from Trinidad, could you purchase Big Box? I hope so. I hope it works. If you have a credit card, it should work. Yeah, of course Nintendo would be against the store. Sega, it would be more interested in something like that. And if we got, oh man, can you imagine if we got Sega on board? Even if we only sold a few games, right? Even if we only sold Sonic, can you imagine like how awesome that would be? every legitimate person in our community would buy those games. You know it, because I mean it's worth it. I would love to be able to do that, but of course, getting the attention of Sega. If we had the attention of Sega, if we had Sega on board, I would just do it in a hot heartbeat. Honestly, I would drop everything. I would drop everything and implement that in a heartbeat. Largely because um, I still hate the fact that a lot of users are using our software illegally, despite the fact that, in my opinion, it's not a moral issue, especially if the games aren't being sold. It's not a moral issue to me, but it is a legal issue. No matter what we do, people are using our software in ways that aren't 100% legal, which I don't really like. I'd like to get away from that. So if we can get a way to move to legal ground for all of our users, holy crap, I'm going to jump on that in a heartbeat. That would be awesome. It'd be just amazing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, I've bought Sonic, all the Sonic games like 3 times. You know, that is what it is. That's true. Yeah, it has to be DRM free, clearly. Otherwise, hmm, a petition. Interesting. Not really feasible. I know, and that's why we haven't done it. Thank you, Dream Boy. Heinz, no, I don't plan currently on developing for the Pi, um, because of previous discussion. Basically, we have a good handheld solution, um, and I'd have to basically rewrite things to get it to run on Linux. There is the Windows for the Pi, but it hasn't really taken off, and it still would be a significant amount of work to get it working on that crappy version of Windows that's on the Pi. LaunchBox hat request. That would be awesome. I like that idea. I do. So maybe we can do that. Yeah. All right. We need to open up the the swag again. You know, the tricky thing there is that um, yeah, we just need to get back on it. We did it a long time ago and nobody did anything with it, which is was discouraging. So that's why I haven't gotten on it. But I agree that we need to get back into the swag. I'm not really into selling hardware. Thought about that for a long time. I put a lot of thought into it, and I'm shying away from it. Not sure if I'd want Sega to white label Launchbox. Honestly, pies are $30. That's right. But the thing is, somebody and you know the fact of the matter is, we are a company and we need people to pay for the software. And the fact that pies are only $30, not very many people are going to pay $30 for a pie and then pay $20 for a license. So for that reason, I'm not that eager to get Launchbox and Big Box on the pie after significant thought on that. Not a bad idea, PC player. Although I'll have to think about that for a long time, because that is going to bring a lot of things to light, right? Um, and it might be a risk. It could get us into legal trouble for things that we're not doing wrong. You never know what's going to happen when you do that. Although at the same time, that would be very very cool. I don't know. I just don't know. Easily enable disable platform videos. I did see that. I don't think that's going to be a common request. But put in a Bitbucket ticket and we'll see how many votes it gets, Jezzo. All right, guys. I am basically caught up here. Let me see if we can get back, get into actual development here at least a little bit. I'm gonna ultimately, what we're looking at here is we need to duplicate the playlist editor form. Add edit playlist form. This is going, I'm going to copy this form, basically duplicate it, and remove a bunch of stuff, and it will be the platform category editor. And you'll be able to use photos, or images, I mean, and most of these tabs are going to go away. Notes will be here. We're going to get rid of auto-populate and games, and the details, some of the stuff will go away as well. So that's what I'm going to do. First thing first, I'm going to change this to add edit platform category form. View code. And then okay, and I think in theory it should build now. Must have a return type. What is this about? Oh, sure. Platform category form. All right, so we build now. So the next thing we need to do is just hack at this. We're going to remove the games tab completely, the auto-populate tab completely. Notes we're going to keep. Details we're going to keep. Title and sort title. Video path, I think we can keep as well. Sort games by is going away for platform categories. That doesn't apply. And then also this doesn't apply. So I think that is it for editing platforms. We need to change the title here to edit platform category. And don't think there's any more fields that we need. Let me check the data though, figure that out. We have name, we have notes, we have video path, we have last platform, that's just saved in the background. We have sort title, we have image type, category. Oh, these are just overridden properties because it's based on a platform. Yeah. So yeah, we're set. This is all we need data-wise for this form. So really this should be fairly easy. I'm going to resize the form a little here. I think that, yeah, that's fine. And we'll go into the code, and of course a bunch of stuff is going to be broken. Just go from top to bottom, hacking it away. We need this, we need this, we need this. Text. Add platform category. The icon. I'm not sure what we're going to use there. I have to look that up. Cool. I'm just catching up on comments, guys. Let me go. I gotta download the few icon set here quick so we can try and find an icon for platform categories. I don't think I have that anymore. I bought it a long time ago, but it's freely available for download, so. Extracting it here. Here is the icons. So we need to find something for categories. Let's see. Category. Interesting. That's not my favorite icon in the world. But it would work. So let's copy that one. What else we got? What can we search for categories? Wow, that's awesome. Classical, I love that. Categories. This isn't that important. It might just be best to use. Yeah, I'm just going to use this. This is fine. Come on now. There we go. I'm going to drag this in to this should actually be in here, I believe. And let's go into properties, resources, category. Okay. playlist category. And this one as well. Images, removed images, image types. We don't need this method, and we don't need that method. Text, edit, platform category. Populate categories is not something we need. We don't need this. Now playlist, instead of that, we need basically to feed in a platform category. And this is going to change. Load values, that's fine. Let's get these strings in there. Add platform category and edit platform category. All right. Moving on. Initialize sort games by and initialize auto-populate grid. We don't need those methods at all. And all this, we don't need this either. Or this. A lot of this code is going to go away because we took off all the complicated stuff, which is great. Hopefully it should be relatively quick and easy to get this form up and ready to go. Cancel button click, OK button click, fine. This is fine. Should be fine. It's fine. Fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. This method here. We should rename this. And same here, because I'm anal retentive. Selected index changed. The details in the notes are the only thing that apply. Populate games grid is not a thing. There is no games grid anymore. We don't need this either. That still applies. That should still apply as well. Load images. Okay, we got to tweak this a little bit. I think it's just a matter of changing these, and that's about it. Should zoom in a little here, guys, so you can see my code. Sorry for that. Catching up on comments here. Sort of. Kind of, maybe. This is save folder image. Nothing wrong with that. Save images. This all should behave exactly the same way, which is the nice thing about using platform as the base class for playlists and platform categories and all that stuff. Set image is fine. Get temporary playlist is not something that I care about. Save values. Here we go. This is going to need some heavy tweaking here. If the title is blank, then we show an error, except we need a new string. Error platform category title cannot be blank. This is basically checking to make sure there's no similar names. For each var category in root.datamanager.categories platform categories.values coerce valid file name category.name. It's fine. Error platform category names may not be similar. Another one we got to create. And we say this dot category equals new platform category this dot title text box dot text dot trim. Let's go ahead and put in those stupid strings. Error playlist title cannot be blank is the previous one. It's simple though. And platform category names may not be similar. I think that one's more complicated, so let's look that up. Playlist names may not be similar. I'm going to copy this. And we'll paste it here. Okay, and playlist platform category with a similar title already exists in your collection. Platform categories must have completely unique titles. Okay, taken care of. And then we're again looking for duplicates. Oh, they're checking the ID, which isn't a thing for categories. Huh. So what do we do about that? I'm not sure. I guess what we do is that should in theory work. And again, we have platform category Thank you, Ian. I just checked the most recent comments here. I haven't scrolled up or anything, but I'm going to keep developing here, guys. Yeah, that makes sense. I get streamed to the GPD win. Although I don't really, I don't know. It's something that it is neat to do that, but it's not something that I'm really all that excited about. Because if I'm at home, I might as well play on my consoles or my computer. You know what I mean? It doesn't. That's not a big one to me. The excitement for the mobile platform for me is being out of the house and being able to take it with me. You know, and go somewhere. All right, now this right here is the auto populate stuff, and we don't need any of that. Again, there's not a lot here that we're going to actually use, so most of this is going to go away. We don't need that. We don't need that. We do need sort title. Play this auto populate, and sort by are not things. Default video path, that is a thing. And notes. Filters is not. And this is where we go through the filters which are no longer being used. So there is the save method finally. And now we have the load method, the other big one. Oops. Category. That's not a thing. This is. Now this is where we don't have a sort games by combo box anymore. The video path does matter. Start category, get platform video path text box is fine. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. This is. For each filter in, we don't have any filters, so that's not a thing either. Cool. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's not a thing. 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 Woo, that's it. What is this? Oh yeah, we don't need this either. Bingo. Awesome. So in theory, we now have our form that's ready to go for editing platform categories. I'm going to get rid of all the unnecessary stuff here. Guys, hit up Circo on the forums. If Emu Movies is down, then bug Circo about it. He probably needs to know about it. He might know about it. He might not know about it. So it's worth somebody hopping on the Emu Movies forums and contacting Circo. Forum is down too. Oh no. That's odd. It doesn't seem to be down for me. Oh, it is down. No kidding. Yuck. Poor Circo. Excuse me. All right. So this form is done and ready to go in theory. Lastly, we need to actually use the form and load it up. So this comes down. Let's go ahead and build it. Make sure we build. There's no issues there. And load up LaunchBox. Now, consoles. Basically, yeah, this is one issue. On right click, it shouldn't be doing that. But ultimately, what we need to do is change this to allow you to edit and add and all that stuff properly. Right now, it doesn't do anything. So let's work on that. First off, when you right click on the title, it shouldn't be collapsing and expanding it. So let's fix that up. And this is actually in controls, sidebar control. Something, where's the click? On click, here we go. So where is it expanding? Expand collapse node. If recta contains mouse location. This is where we show the context menu strip. args.button equals mousebuttons.right. So I think we just need and args.button, oh, E. What the heck? Args. Args equals mouse event args E. Well, that stinks. Okay. Let's move that up. Fine. Args.button equals mouse buttons.left. Now, in theory, right click should no longer do that. I gotta pee, guys, so give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry for that. When you gotta pee, you gotta pee. All right. Did you really hear me pee? Whoops, maybe I need to close the door, huh? That's hilarious. All right, well next time I'll close the door at least for you guys. You know, I have at least that much tact. Apparently I didn't yet though. That's hilarious. All right. Well, when there's nobody home, what's the point in closing the door if there's nobody freaking home, dude? Come on. All right. We built. What is this? Being used by another process? Oh, I have LaunchBox open. That's the problem. Rebuild. Well, you know, guys, you're getting a candid look at my life. What it's like to be Jason in the middle of the day taking a pee. I'm sorry, guys. I, I didn't think nobody's heard it before, so I never bothered. I guess I usually do close the door. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Hey James, by the way. Um we're built. Consoles is no longer right clicking is no longer expanding it, which is exactly what we want. That's good. You got to left click to expand it or unexpand it. We just need to make edit and delete and add work. So let's do that. Add button click. So this is add. And right now it's supposedly adding a platform no matter what, if either if it's platform category or platform. And we'd probably want to change that to platform category. Yeah, it's going to add a platform. We want to change that up. Actually, we're looking at the filter value type. Is the filter value type is what matters here. If we're on playlists, fine. You know what though? We're probably going to yeah. Huh. Just trying to think through the best way to do this. Because you can select a playlist too, right? So I'm thinking the best thing to do here would be this dot selected filter value type, which is the actual selected item. But the thing is, like, you might not have anything selected. That's the trick here. So we can't do that just naturally. Can't just switch it up. So I don't know. Both of these views are going to support platform categories. Actually, only the platform category view is going to support it. But really all we need to do is if this dot selected filter value type equals filter types dot playlists, then we do one thing. Otherwise, this dot selected filter value type equals filter types dot platform category. We're going to do another thing. Otherwise, we're going to do this. And then we no longer need this guy down here. And this is going to be mainly just copied. But a little bit of it will change. New, this is playlists. Add edit playlist form. Get or add form.playlist.name. Hopefully that works. And then platform category. That's category, not platform category. Oh, almost missed that one. And this. Eek. Pay attention here. Save category. All right. And then we're on platforms. So that should be add button click. Now we have edit. Let's go ahead and try this out though. Okay. Add on a platform category, add platform category. There we go. That looks fine. And then if we add on all, for instance, why is it adding a platform category? That's not right. It shouldn't be doing that. Well, interesting. Capcom Play System. This is actually a playlist. It does do add playlist. And then if we go to all, it's defaulting to add platform category, which isn't right. So I got to figure out why that is. If we go to an actual platform, oh, I chose edit instead of add. That is working though. For some reason when we're on all though, it's using add platform category and I don't really know why. Although, you know, that's not a bad thing because this is the platform category view. But if we go to platform, that just lists out all the platforms. Now it's doing it on platforms. I don't even know why my logic is working this way, but, you know, hell. It's working. All right. And then we have edit and delete. Edit is right here. It's C Sharp, Willard. It's actually very similar to Java, except C Sharp is like, in my opinion, C Sharp is a step above it. It's much better, but it's certainly very heavily based on Java. Yeah. Yeah, I know something's broken and keep clicking it. Yeah, yeah, it's funny how you do stupid stuff like that. Trying to import Capcom Play System, the category doesn't come up. We'll need more details in order to troubleshoot something like that, though. PC player, hit us up on the forums and we can help you with that. So edit. If we're on playlists, if we're on platforms, we just need to add another block in here for platform categories. And I guess we'll go ahead and just copy all of this. And change what needs to be changed. This needs to be a platform category. Platform categories dot try get value selected filter value out category. We got another string to create. At error platform category does not exist. Add edit platform category form. Category. Old platform name. This needs to be old category name, I guess. You can do a rename on that. Now, we don't need to do this at all. We don't need to change anything on games. Oh, and we don't want to be doing platforms. We need to be doing platform categories here. Categories. We're deleting the old, data. Actually, this platform categories just show up in the same XML file, so I don't need to delete any files. This is simpler. What is wrong here? That's weird. Oh, I messed up the... Huh. No. Oh, I copied too much. That's what I did. There we are. Okay, so that is edit, stands for this string here. Error platform category does not exist. All right. We should build, and we should have edits working in theory. Go to platform category, right click on arcade, we're going to say edit. There we are. We get our video, we get our images. Woo! Okay, and notes. Bingo. Now obviously I'm going to have more testing to do with this, but since we're using so much code, in theory it should just work, but I'll probably test a little bit more before we call it done. The last thing we need to do is be able to delete them. So I will go ahead and implement that next. But this is a good... delete. This guy. All right, same kind of thing. I'm just going to copy this whole block here because it's more similar to platforms than it is anything else. And paste that here. Platform category. Need another string. This will permanently, yeah, we're not deleting any games. This delete, message delete platform category. Are you sure? The tricky thing here is we're going to have to... Oh, one thing I forgot about with editing. If we change the name of a... Well, crap. If we change the name of a platform category, then we have to update all the platforms that use that category to use the new category name. So we're going to have to do some significant testing there and play with that a little bit. Have to come back to that. And then when deleting a platform category, anything that uses that platform category name is just going to have an empty category, I guess. That's probably the best way to do it. We're not going to delete platforms. All right, we don't need to do anything with games. What we do need to do is for each var platform in root.datamanager.platforms.values dot whatever, that's fine. If platform.category equals, well, first off, we need the old category name. Well, no, we don't have an old category name. That's for renaming. So if platform.category selected this is a selected filter value. So we need the category here first. Well, no, we have the name. The selected filter value is the name already. We don't need the category. So equals this dot selected filter value current or ordinal. I'm torn on this one, but we'll use current culture. And yeah, you jerk. Of course you do that to me. Then what we're going to say is platform dot category equals string dot empty. We don't need to do anything with the games. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to delete any files. Platform category. It's fine. Try remove platform categories. That try remove. That's fine. That's fine. I think that'll be good. We need a new message here. Message delete platform category. Are you sure? Are you sure you wish to delete the selected platform category? Any platforms associated with this category will no longer have a category associated with them. Any platforms or playlists that should do it. What's the problem here? Let's just build it. It could just be ReSharper being a poo head. Look at that. Build succeeded. I need to upgrade my ReSharper or something. I seem to be getting a lot of ReSharper bugs as of late. Starting to drive me nuts. All right, so we are good to go with deletes, in theory. The tricky thing now is that we got to go back to the edit and fix up the edit. And then we'll do some significant testing here. Platform category. We have old category name right here. And then, after doing all of this, we need to go for each var platform in root.datamanager.platforms.values. Platform dot category. No. If not string dot is null or empty, platform dot category and platform dot category dot equals old category name current culture, ignore case. Then we say platform.category equals the new category name, which is category.name. That should solve it, in theory. Let's build it. Hey, Phobos. Not a bad idea, PC. Let's put in a ticket for that. like everything else, for saving the settings, or we could just automatically save the settings. You know, that's what I've previously had in mind, but that makes sense. We are built. Now, the thing here is here with this, I don't want to mess up my collection. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to copy out everything into a new folder. I'm going to grab metadata and the data. We're not going to have any images or media or games or anything. We don't need that. We just want to, well, we do want images for the platform. So I'm going to have to copy that separately. But we'll do that in a second here. Let me grab this stuff, put it in a new folder. And images. And I'm going to grab my platforms, playlist, and playlists and platform categories folders and throw those in here. Okay, and we'll start this up and give it a test. Now, I'm going to do something crazy like delete arcade. Delete. Uh-oh. I know what it's doing, but I need to put that in a working dialogue here. Say no, we don't do anything. Delete. Yes. There we are. Well. Oh, we didn't update playlists. Of course. We got to go through both platforms and playlists. Okay. Do this again. There's a couple issues here on delete. It's supposed to show the weight cursor. What the heck? That's kind of weird. Let's try that. And then we need to not only loop through platforms, but also playlists. And playlists use IDs. But that's okay. If now we don't care about the playlist ID. What we care about is the category. Not string.is null or empty. Playlist.category. And playlist.category equals this dot selected filter value current culture ignore case. Then playlist.category equals string.empty. And then edit is going to be very similar. I just thought about the fact that we probably need this in edit. I'm going to go ahead and add this in here. And edit. Here we go. Add that there. And lastly, for each of our playlist in root, dang it, .data manager .playlist .values. category and playlist.category.equals old category name. Current culture, ignore case. Playlist.category equals the new category name. Bingo. Build. Sort by broken games. Good thought. We do need to add broken games to the. There's 2 fields we need to add to the playlist right now. The filtering, all that stuff. So maybe we can do that because we are going to have a little bit of time after the stream or after this is done here. I think I'll have like a half hour, so maybe I can finally go in and do that. It's on my list, so it'll get done before the release either way. But yeah, you might be able to do that on the stream. So this is set in theory. Let me grab all the updated stuff. Copy this over. What just happened? Stupid thing. There we go. Replace. Give it a run. And we're going to try and delete arcade again and see what happens. Yes. There we go. So arcade disappears, and then all the platforms and playlists show up on the bottom without a platform category selected. That's exactly what we want. That's great. Then we want to try and edit these things. So computers, just to check on something though, make sure this. Good, that's working. Oh, why did arcade show back up all of a sudden? I think I know why. We're going to have to tweak that logic. Basically, on platforms, if a platform is empty, it automatically goes and assigns the default platform category for that platform, which isn't going to be a major thing, but yeah, we're going to need to fix that. Cool, I appreciate that, Rasputin. That's awesome. But that's only on delete. But I am going to need to fix that. Let's check edits here. Let's go to computers and we'll try and edit computers. This is looking good. We have notes. There is a video for computers. I'm not sure why it's not showing up. Oh, of course we got rid of the videos. We have a blank collection here. That's why, which is fine. So and that hasn't changed. That's gonna work just fine. Let's change this. This is gonna be the thing to test here. Compies. There we go. Okay. This becomes compies, and these are all properly underneath. And then if I, why does it do that? This got stuck. That's not good. Might need to do something about that one. Or is it? It's trying to catch up here on something, isn't it? Finally, what took you so long? That was weird. Whatever. All right, so let's make sure that saves. Let's close it out. Why does it do that? I hate that. Compies. So yeah, it did save. It's working fine there. Um, I mean, we can test the sort title. Let's make the sort title your mom, so it ends up at the end. The notes, your mom. Okay, so you see how Compies has been moved to the bottom because the sort title is Y. Let's close it out. Make sure both those things save. I hate you, Windows. There you go. It's still at the bottom. That's good. We edited up. The sort title is still there. And so are the notes. Now, images I could play around with. And I think if I'm going to test them, I'll do that later. The images are, I mean, the code hasn't changed in the slightest. So between the 3 different types. So I'm not too worried about them. I think that'll be fine. Lastly, we got to fix that bug with the arcade one showing back up. If you delete one of the default platform categories, it's going to show back up is the issue. And I know exactly why. We got to do something about that. Thomas, is there any way for an attract mode where it loads games at the start or insert coin screens before it transitions over, preloads another game so it's fluid? Yeah, that's coming up. It's come up a few times. I'd love to do something like that eventually, but there's no way to do it quickly. It's going to be a major job to implement. Maybe we should put that on the poll. I'm torn on that though, because honestly, it's gonna be one of those things that's just gonna be a nightmare to implement. So it's not one of those things I'm eager to implement. Cool, Heinz. Thank you. All right. So we got. I know where that is. Where is that? The platform category stuff. Default categories. If we load up platforms, I don't think that happens for playlists. We've already proven it doesn't happen for playlists. It only happens for platforms. So if we load up platforms, the platforms data object, category, category. There it is. Whenever we get it, this code right here. So this is all we got to worry about. But we got to figure out like what we're gonna do here. People are going to want. I mean, the reason why this code is here is because it populates. It populates it for people who upgrade ultimately, but also no, this is run for everything. Like anytime you create a new platform, this is what makes sure it has a category, if it doesn't already. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do here to override this, so that doesn't happen if it's already been deleted. You know, I guess the category is going to show up as null the first time around. And we set it to an empty string. You do something cheap like that, which would work. But maybe not. Maybe so. Let's try it. Okay, we're built. So we got to copy things over again. Here goes data, metadata. Give it a run. And we're going to try deleting arcade. That works. But what happened last time is the next time it saved, it came back. So let's go ahead and edit computers again. That's basically what we did last time. And it doesn't matter, whatever. Okay. And it's still not there. That's good. The next question, though, is what about adding a new platform that should be in a particular non-existent category? Let's just go to platform, add a new platform that should be, now let's go back here for a second. Let's make a better test scenario here. So for consoles, I'm going to go ahead and delete consoles as well. Then we have a bunch of unclassified consoles. And if we take a look at, I'm going to delete Nintendo 64. Yep. Goodbye Nintendo 64. Now, if I were to, let's not do that. Let's go to platforms, and I'm going to add a new platform called Nintendo 64. Okay. Now, in theory, if we go to platform category, well, this is only showing platforms that have games. So that's one thing. Let's add a new game. Donkey Kong 64, whatever, for the Nintendo. That's not even showing up in the list. Interesting. But I know why that is. It doesn't much matter. People are usually going to import their games and not do weird stuff like this, so that's why that's happening. Donkey Kong 64 for the Nintendo 64. Consoles does show back up. Right there. So it automatically added consoles to the category for Nintendo 64. That's what I wanted to check and make sure that still worked. And it does. That's good. So whenever you add a new platform, it's going to automatically assign a platform category to it, despite the fact that we just changed that code. And then we can go back in and delete consoles. Yes. It's a good point, too. We should make sure the delete key is working for all these, and it is. All right. I think we're good there, guys. Finally have that stuff done. That's productive. That's good. That was like one of the last main things I needed to do other than little tiny improvements and bug fixes and stuff like that. So, yeah. Good deal there. Next, someone mentioned broken for playlist filters and stuff like that. Broken and star ratings, I think, are the two that are missing. So if we go into a playlist like Konami Classics, whatever, and we go into auto populate, the fields list is missing broken. It has star rating. So I don't know where that was coming from. What else are we missing from this list? I think it's only broken that's missing. That should be nice and quick to add. Let's go ahead and do that. So this is going to be under data. We're already in the right place. Field comparison types and fields is where we're at here. Basically, we need a new field, and it's all just right here. So I'm going to public static read-only field broken equals new field broken strings.field broken field type dot boolean. Now the broken field, I'm gonna have to look on games and make sure that everything is the same with it. It's not a nullable thing or anything like that. Broken. Just a straight up bool, just like hide. Good. Okay. Field comparison types. This is the default comparison type, which is just like hide. It should be is true. Dot key. The validation type. Everything's gonna be the same as hide basically, and hide is right here. Validation type is none. There it is. Field validation type dot none. Game dot broken. It's that simple in theory to add broken to the fields. I love how I built this. So field broken. We need to add the string for that, which is easy. Done. In theory, that'll do it. That's everything we need to do to add that missing field. Not sure if there's any other fields we're missing here. Somebody mentioned something, but I think it was star rating, and it is. It's right there, so I don't know what they're thinking. There's something else missing. I swear it was star rating, Neil. Add completed. Complete is right here. Hey, Lockvez. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess let me pull up the form and we'll go through the fields. Just edit any random game. I'm going to pull this up over here so that I can see it. Oh, that's going to be annoying. We have title, release date, genre, developer, series, play mode, status, source, last played. All those are there. We have rating, platform, publisher. Rating, platform, publisher, region, version. We have added, modified, play count. Favorite, completed, broken. And portable and hide. Portable and hide. That's all there. Then we have the ROM path. Play count, refresh. Yeah, that's a different thing. That's not something we'll be adding right now. Additional apps, DOSBox. We could add fields for is using DOSBox, emulator, stuff like that would be good, although I'm not going to do that right this instant because that's going to be tricky. Game video path. I mean, there's stuff we can do, we can add, but I think this covers it for now. I don't know. I don't know if they somehow. I don't know how I missed broken to begin with because that was like the only field that I'm missing here. So I don't know. Whatever. It's done. That's fixed. I can test that out. I might as well. Let's create a. First of all, rebuild. I can use that. I can do that in my actual collection here without a problem. Okay, so I'm going to add a new playlist. Okay, add a playlist called Broken, for lack of a better word. Auto-populate field is, why is Broken not showing up in this list? Oh, I know exactly why. Whoops. Good thing I tested. We added this, but we don't add it to the dictionary. Yeah, that makes sense, Luke. Rain Dog. When I drill into a game on Big Box but then go back to the main games view, the video on the game demo doesn't replay. I'm not sure. That might... I don't think that's an issue. We'll check on that in a second, Rain Dog. We have had that issue in the past, but I thought I fixed it. Maybe not. Okay. New playlist called Broken. Auto-populate. Broken is true. Okay. Go here. There's all games marked broken in my collection. Looks right to me. Yeah. Works for me. That's it. So let's go ahead and start up Big Box. I love those icons. Oops. Yeah, I really love those icons. Sweet. We're going into... Let's go into arcade. And, okay. Something with a video here. Oh, these are videos. These are video themes. So we'll go into the game details. And back out. So it's working for me here. Although, it could be any number of things. That is a complicated thing. I mean, if we switch to Windows Media Player, that could be the problem. It could be the view, could be the theme. It's kind of tricky. Yeah. That's not the issue. Doesn't seem like. It is an awesome game. I have played that. It's pretty awesome. This is the City Hunter theme, Lockfest. No, currently you can't make a platform in EXE. There are the best way to do it currently is to add a platform called applications, and then add applications to that. Although that has come up quite a bit lately, so we might end up adding something like that here shortly. I'm just like loving these gorgeous platform category images down here. They make me happy. They're sweet. It's probably not you, Rain Dog. Honestly, there's probably a glitch in there somewhere, either with the theme or with a particular view. It's always possible that there's some kind of combination there that's broken, and it probably is. So what I really need is I need to know what views you're using and what theme you're using, so I can test out that specific scenario and see if I can duplicate it. Playing on my phone. Alright guys, where are we at here? Let me take a look, and we got about 20 minutes left on the stream. Take a look at my list here. Thomas. They came from Thomas. I'm not sure what his last name is. Thomas, are you on the stream here? They'll be up on the forums here very soon. They might be, I think they're in a thread. They may not be accessible outside of that thread yet, but they will end up on the forums downloads, I'm sure. But actually, I think they're going to be the default images for LaunchBox and Big Box. So they'll probably show up actually automatically for you. Great Giant Titan. Thank you. Thank you. Have I checked the hidden games issue yet? No. Yeah, I can do that. That would be a good idea to do right now, actually. Hidden games are showing up where they shouldn't in all views except the text list and horizontal box views. So let's take a look at my collection here. And let's go create. In LaunchBox, I have show hidden games and show broken games. Let's create a playlist called hidden. And let's take a look at what's actually hidden in my collection right now. I'm not even sure. So I'm going to auto-populate this playlist, and we're going to say hide true. So this is everything that's hidden once it's done populating here. I want to arrange by platform. So the Amstrad GX 4000, I think what might be going on right now is I only have entire platforms hidden. And that's why it's not showing up as an issue for me. That could be. So like 3D bowling. 3D soccer, 3D bowling for the Emerson Arcadia is hidden. So if I go into Big Box, and I'm just going to go into View All Games. I'm going to switch up the view here. Make it easiest to find it. I'm just going to use the text list view. course, that's the last view in the list. Ugh, I hate that view. We're looking for 3D bowling. It's not there. Oh, this is favorites. Duh. It's not a favorite. So 3D without the dash. It doesn't look like it's here. This is 3D bowling for arcade. But yeah, it's not here. So what view are you seeing it in, first off? Delhi. I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. I'm sorry, but Delhi, what view are you seeing it in? You say it's been all views except text lists and horizontal box views, where all games are hidden don't show up. Only some games that are hidden in playlist platforms are showing up. Okay, so let's try not doing this in all games. The tricky thing here is, yeah, okay, alright. We're gonna have to do a specific test case because I'm gonna go into platform category. Just temporarily, I'm going to go into consoles, Atari 2600, which is not hidden. And the very first game, the 32-in-1 cartridge, I'm going to mark that as hide. I did mark it, right? Yep. Okay. Now we'll go into big box. Go into arcade. No, consoles. What the heck did I just do? Atari 2600. Consoles, Atari 2600. 32-in-1. These are the favorites. 32-in-1 is right there. You're right. So, well, I knew you were going to be right in some case. So why is that not being hidden? So we got something wrong there in this particular view at least. So let's look into that. Let's figure it out. This is the horizontal wheel view. That's a good thing to know, man. I don't know when that was introduced. This is in... It's going to be in the view models here for the games view models. So the horizontal wheel 1 and 2 and 3 are based on cover flow with details games view model. And when we populate our games, do we have a populate method? Yep. Games. So this is for a playlist. Route our data manager to games.values.where. The search query is empty or the search query is found and the platform matches. This is if it's not a playlist. Okay. And yeah, there's no filter here for hidden or broken, actually. Well, I don't know how that went missing, but there you go. And same thing here, playlist get games. Again, there's no filter. Huh. I restructured this recently, didn't I? Yeah, I must have somehow moved it. I think what I did was I restructured this when I added the platform categories, and I somehow butchered that, I guess. That must have been what happened. So what we're going to need here is several... Whoops. Several different groups. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a line. And we're going to do and. root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.show hidden games, or not game.hidden, game.hide, and root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.show broken games, or not game.broken. So that's the gist there. And then on down, we need to do it here as well. Same thing. So I can just copy these lines here and it'll be just fine. Oh, no. This is, we can't do that there. We need to get rid of that. And then I'm just going to simplify this a little bit. There we go. In theory, so we need to test the rest of the views to see how many are affected by this. But so I'll do that next. But I'm going to catch up on some comments here, though. Latest beta in Big Box isn't waiting the 16 seconds until the startup video finishes. Check your options, PC player. I haven't changed anything there at all. So I'd be really surprised if that logic changed. So make sure that your options are set to wait on that. Let me add this to the bottom of Big Box. That would be cool, PC player. Although that, I mean, that is something like that is planned. Is it decided that we will use Giant Titans images as the default? Well, they're the best I've seen by far. So, I think so. Although, if something came in from somebody else that was, maybe closer to the original, to the style of the platform logos default, then maybe we would use those instead. But honestly, I don't know. We'll have to see what's out there. or if anything else comes out there before the release. But I'm loving Giant Titans images for sure. All right. So we're going to test this out. We built. No issues. It was 32-1 for Atari. In consoles, Atari, 32-1 is gone. That's good. Now, if we Switch up the view. There's no 32 and 1 there. There's no 32 and 1 there. It's not there. I hate this view. There it is. It's not there. I deleted that view at one point because I hated it so much. And the community begged me to bring it back despite its flaws. And I never went back to it because I just hate that view. But, it is what it is. Yeah, there's no 32 and 1 here either. No 32 and 1 here. Not there. Not there. Yep, we're good. So it looks like there was only that one place that had that filtering issue. The thing is that one place is used in the code for several different views. So that's why. But I think we're covered there. Thank you, Deli, for bringing that up. I didn't know that was an issue. All right, guys. Well, it is about time to end the stream here. It's been a good one. We had lots of good conversation at the beginning and got quite a bit done towards the end, so can't complain there. Thanks for joining, guys. The plans going forward. I'm going to keep working on, now that this is done, it's really just bugs at this point, and little tiny performance improvements. I need to put some significant time in the performance improvements. The one thing that absolutely has to be improved on performance-wise before the official release is, for some reason, it's taking a long time to load the first platform from the platform category screen. So that is one thing I need to tackle this afternoon. And related stuff like that. I want to do some more performance improvements for the GPD win. And bugs. So that's what's left on the list before the release next week. I expect, my guess is we'll put out the release on maybe Monday or Tuesday next week. So that'll be the 7.9 release. And then after that, we're going to be ultimately putting out another poll. And we'll go from there. I do have a week of sort of vacation coming up in a couple weeks. Although it's not really going to be a vacation. Basically, my wife and I, and actually my whole family, all three of my kids as well, are going to Colorado to look for a house because we're thinking of moving to Colorado. But I'll be working out there off and on. I probably won't be live streaming that week because it's hard to do that when you're traveling. But I will be working and doing my normal stuff. It's just I probably won't be working quite as much that particular week. But that's a couple weeks out. So we'll get the release out, the 7.9 release out, and then we'll go and get the poll out, and we'll see what's next for LaunchBox and Big Box from there. So cool, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys on Monday at 9:30 a.m. PST. Have a good one.